Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode here tonight. Charlotte Motor Speedway for the North Carolina Drive for the Cure 250, and we have a fun race on tap for you guys today. First, though, we have a couple of qualifying sessions, or at least one qualifying session to start. We'll run 2 laps, see if we can make it into qualifying session number 2. The top 12 will advance, and then we'll go on to the race. Coming into tonight's race, we'll go through the point standings real quick, the updated point standings. These are the drivers that need to race their way in here tonight. We do know that Keegan Schneider and Ryan Sieg are both locked into the round of 8. Sieg winning in the last race at Las Vegas, and Keegan Schneider winning at Bristol. This is the cutoff race for the round of 12, by the way. Currently sitting 32 points above the cutoff line as of... Oh, that's a typo. Hang on. Currently sitting 42 points above the cutoff line is the 21 of Anthony Alfredo. Currently, he is third in points, and he is the highest above the cutoff line. 29 points above the cutoff line is Chase Briscoe. That is also a typo. 39 points above the cutoff line is Chase Briscoe. Then 32 points above the cutoff line is Harrison Burton. 22 points above the cutoff line is Justin Allgaier. 13 points above the cutoff line is Michael Annett. And the final driver above the cutoff line is Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick is only 3 points above. And the 4 drivers below the cutoff line coming into this race tonight is Brandon Jones. He is at -3. First driver below the cutoff line. He is coming in after a DNF at Vegas. 15 points below the cutoff line is Austin Cindric, who also DNF'd at Vegas. Brandon Brown is 18 points below the cutoff line. And Ross Chastain, after a 24th at Bristol and a DNF in the last race at Vegas, is the furthest below the cutoff line coming into this race. Patrick Shadley, Kyle Larson fan, welcome to the stream, everybody. Here we go, getting ready to get on into this one. And again, qualifying will start things out. Not sure why we have 1 dislike already. Maybe they've mistaken it for the like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, and we'll get right on into the action. Only 55-lap race, so I figured I'd show you guys some qualifying along the way as well. No practice, so this is literally the first lap you're seeing me run here at the Roval. And it's a good thing we got these extra laps of qualifying, because Schneider nearly blew through the backstretch chicane right there, broke way too late. Definitely cost him time in the middle of the corner, trying to get the car slowed down to get back into the gas on corner exit, but this lap does not count anyway. This next lap at the line is going to count as he locks the brakes up again. Really struggling on this get up to speed lap. Schneider won at the Roval last season. Won at Road America on a last lap pass for the win earlier this season as well. Also had a great run at Watkins Glen. DNF'd in the first road course race of the year at Mid-Ohio, so very up and down. Last season he had 3 top 10s in the 4 races. Didn't finish worse than 12th in the 4 road course races. And again, had that win at the Roval. Big hop off the curb. 119.825 was lap 1. Schneider's going to give it one more lap. A little bit wider in turn 1 than what he wanted to run there. Sends it through turn 2, though. I think he's got a lot of open, clean air to roam with. Qualified 6th at Road America earlier this season. That is his best qualifying effort in his career in the Xfinity Series. So we'll see. Maybe he can get that first career pole. One thing he has not done in either the truck or the Xfinity Series in his still short young NASCAR career. Off the curb. The car's nose to tail into the front stretch chicane. First lap was a little bit quicker than lap 2. 10th in round number 1. That will advance Schneider to Q2. Noah Gragson, top of the charts. In round 1, he had a fast race car here last season. And now we're into the second session, 10 minutes to try and set the quick time. Schneider knows he can run faster than what he did in round 1. I don't know if he's got anything for Gragson and the rest of the cars for the pole, but we'll see. How much the track position means racing on these road courses, so this is going to be crucial. Remember that Road America race he won earlier this season? He led 33 of the 45 laps. He led the most laps in his win at the Roval last year as well, leading every lap of the final stage. Really got to get that consistency. So much harder to do it on a road course versus an oval. It takes so much longer to get around. Each corner is so different from the next. Which it's like that on ovals too, but when you're making more lap times, it's better to get repetition in versus a road course. A little bit wider in turn 1. That was much like his second lap in the last round. Can't tell who that is up in front of him. Looks like it's Ray Black Jr. in the 07. Schneider's closing in on him. Hopefully he doesn't get too close to him. It's going to start to disrupt his lap times. It might be the time for him to call this race car onto pit road as well. Starts to get that close. Dukes and Hazard over the backstretch chicane. .399 at the line, about a half a second slower than what he was in round 1. A lot better in turn 1 this lap though. In a little too sharp into turn 2 and he brushes the wall. That's going to hurt. I think he might as well just come to pit road this lap. He's already, although nailing turn 1, off to a rough start here in this session now. 45 miles an hour is that pit road speed limit for today's race as well. Easily going to get down on in time, so I guess he's able to practice a pit stop as well. Give this crew a little bit more practice before entering that race here today. So again, nobody's in a must-win situation coming into this race, but it's going to be very interesting to see how many stage points they can score, especially for Cindric, 15 points below the cutoff line, Brandon Brown, 18 points below. And Brown ran pretty good here at the Roval last season as well, ran top 5 most of the day, so might need to do that again here. 14.1 second pit stop. And that team could be a little bit quicker.
You're clear pit road.
Still third on the charts. Gregson's at the top. Came out right in front of Alex LeBay as he tries to get around him, and that's going to really cost Alex LeBay a lot of time on his lap here. In his last couple corners. Even the lap Harrison Burton's got in second place though right now is not much faster. I should say Schneider's lap in round 1, his first lap at least, was quicker than Burton's fastest lap so far. Yeah, 4 minutes by the time he comes back to the line. He is definitely in position to at least get his best qualifying effort of his career. Considering where Schneider was in round 1, can he pick up 0.2 of a second to get to Gregson? Good corner through turn 1. It's obviously a good start. Wow, that was close to the wall in turn 2. He really hung it out. Downshifted to first gear there in turn 3. I don't think he wanted to quite do that. Big bounce off the curb. Gonna go a little wide. He was soaring through those first couple turns. Cindric now inside the top 3. It's going to be fun to watch today, trying to gain 15 points on the cut line. Hemrick's in 7th. That's the guy he's got to beat by 15 points. It's going to be tough. Hemrick's right there. Cindric might have to win this race. We know he can do it. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. Might be the best lap going for Schneider at this point.
That was a great lap.
Well, in this round at least, 120.008. Still about 0.2 of a second off from where he was in round 1. Another great set of corners through 1 and 2, but this time in 3 and 4 he didn't mess it up like he did the last lap, so this has to be his quickest lap going so far. See if he can keep it that way. Jeremy Clements has jumped up to P2 with a 119.868. 2 minutes still to go in qualifying. Remember, the rules state if you start the lap before the timer runs out, that lap will count still. DB Forever 85, welcome on into the stream as well. Schneider hard into the braking zone there. In the backstretch chicane, blows through it. That's his worst corner he's had so far. He kind of overcooked it. He had such a great lap going up until then. How much time is that going to cost him? Stay hooked to that blue line there on the apron as much as possible, and he's going to look to try and gain any, if not all, of that time back. Oh, he's into the wall. That costed him 2 off that final corner, and that was not ideal. It's going to be tough to see if Schneider's going to be able to actually get back to the line to start another lap. This could be his final lap of qualifying here. He currently sits P4, which would still be a career best, but he wants a shot at the pole, and I think he knows he is close. It's got to be kind of frustrating that he ran faster in round 1 lap time-wise than what he has here in lap 2, and he hasn't made any adjustments to the race car. 40 more seconds as he gets into oval 1 and 2. It is going to be very close on if he's going to be able to get back to the start-finish line to get another lap in. That mistake the last lap in the front stretch chicane, I'm thinking, is going to cost him any sort of a shot to be able to get the pole this lap, although that was the best he has gotten through the backstretch chicane all qualifying long, and that includes round 1. But the start of this lap, again, just wasn't that clean. 10 more seconds. Gonna be close to the line. 2, and he's up to second. One more lap. Oh, he cooked it a little hard into turn 1. 119.863 that last lap with 2 seconds to spare. This lap is gonna count. He needed that fast lap so he could get this lap in. One last shot to get to Gragson for his first career pole. Still 0.2 of a second off. Now that lap was quicker than what he ran in round 1 by about 0.02 of a second. Big break is going to be right here through this backstretch chicane once again. And plus, Brandon Brown's not too much further ahead of him. That was a great corner once again. Front stretch chicane still to come. Brandon Brown might get in his way. He's going to have to send it into this final corner. Brandon Brown's going to get in the way. He gets into the back of Brown trying to get the car through the corner as fast as he could, and that costed him. He might have had a chance at the pole, but he caught Brandon Brown in a terrible spot. He was trying to finish his lap, and they made contact. They didn't make it through the corner. It looks like Gragson picked up his time on the last lap anyway. So Gragson picked up time on his final lap as well. A 119.369 will get the pole. First career front row start, at least, in his Xfinity Series career here for Keegan Schneider. Might have had a shot if Brandon Brown didn't get there. I don't know if he would have picked up enough time to beat Gregson's last lap, but we're on the front row. We'll see what we can do. Noah Gragson on the pole, as you saw. And again, if you're just tuning in, the point situation right now, at least with the guys on the cutoff line, Hemrick is the last driver in. He has 3 points to the good. Michael Annette, 13 points to the good. Everybody else is 20 or more points above. I should say 22 or more points above, to be exact. Ryan C., Keegan Schneider locked into the round of 8 on wins. And so we only have 6 drivers open for points. The 4 drivers below the cutoff line are Brandon Jones, -3. Austin Cindric, -15. Brandon Brown, -18. And Ross Chastain, -27. So 55 laps tonight to decide the winner here at the Roval and see who will make it into the next round. Gragson has been down here all weekend. Not only qualified on the pole, but he was fastest in Session 1 and Session 2. Jeffrey Earnhardt going to start at the rear as well. Only driver to drop to the back for the start of today's race.
All right, now, be smart out there. Going green. Be ready.
Green flag in the air. Gragson leads the field to the green. 15 laps here in Stage 1.
Left side.
Schneider sends it on the outside, trying to keep up there with the 9 of Noah Gragson. Doesn't want that 9 car to get out in front. Look at Clements getting into the left rear of Schneider, getting him a little loose as they battle for second. Cindric, who qualified top 5, he's trying to battle as well. Schneider is clear into second place, but Gragson is able to get that jump in turn 1. Huge for him. Going to push hard to try and get to him. Gragson half a second quicker in qualifying. lot of it just might be on this Alden throttle time right here through oval 1 and 2 and oval 3 and 4. Schneider's going to try to gain as much time as he can into the backstretch chicane. Very solid, much like he was in those last 2 qualifying laps. Jeremy Clements as well, though, solid through that corner. Emmerich is 4th, Cindric is 5th. Those are the guys on the bubble. One is 15 points below, and the other is 3 points above. Oh, Schneider almost goes for a spin after the huge bump off the curbing. Trying to get back into the gas on the exit of the front stretch chicane, and that nearly turned him right around. That was a big-time save on lap 1 near the start-finish line. Clements was able to close quite a bit, but couldn't get around him for second, and that is going to help Gregson pull out that lead a little bit more. Gregson still going for that first win of the season. How about a redemption from the track he was eliminated in the opening round of the playoffs last year? Misses the playoffs completely this season. Similar to the bad luck he has had in real life in the Xfinity Series this year. And, yep, that's a penalty. Lap 1 nearly spins out on the front stretch chicane. Lap 2, he was a little too fast. Locked him up, couldn't get the car slowed down, and he cuts the backstretch chicane for a course penalty. Something he has not done all season. Never did that even last year on any of the road courses as well. And that's going to drop him to 6th, losing more track position. And we got 4 cars under a blanket, all for 3rd. Cindric trying to make the pass on Hemrick. That's a 2-point swing. And the driver below the cutoff line and the last driver in. Look at Harrison Burton trying to make a move. Schneider to the inside, 3 wide. Hemrick gets by for position. Schneider was able to get around Burton on that dive bomb move. Cindric in position. Now he's got to set that pass up again. The 99 of Schneider kind of foiled it into that backstretch chicane. Schneider trying to get to the 22 of Cindric. Couldn't do it. How they all made it through there without making contact or running into the back of one another. That was impressive because they were very close to each other, and they do separate a little bit. Burton still keeping the pressure on Schneider into this front stretch chicane. Schneider's got the run. Looks to the outside of Cindric. There's that run into turn 1. Brooklyn Rye, welcome to the stream. Man, very tight around these corners. Now Schneider's going to have the advantage on the bottom into turns 3 and 4. And he's going to clear Cindric through 3. Ran a little wider than what he wanted to in turn 4, but he holds on in front of him. Has his eyes set on Daniel Hemrick, perhaps for 3rd now.
Clear right.
Oh, man! Schneider just about nailed that inside wall. He cut the corner so sharp. I thought I hit it head on there for a second. And that's why he checked out of the gas so much, and he tries to outbrake Cindric now into the backstretch chicane. Bounces off the curb into Cindric, and Cindric's hard into the outside wall. Gets it regathered, and that 22 car is pretty damaged on the left front as he holds on to 6th. Schneider didn't try to get into him. He bounced off the curb so much that it sent Cindric wide. Schneider gapped the 20 of Burton behind him. He just needs to get this pressure off of him. He's second in qualifying. He knows he can run fast lap times. He's just struggling right now. Rye, welcome into the stream.
You got room. You're clear.
Kind of pulls away from Burton, and then he just makes a slight mistake in the corner and allows Burton to get back to him again. Cindric is no longer inside the top 5. That heavy damage. I didn't see if he came to pit road or not. Schneider's trying to brake so late into that corner to try and pull the 20 in. It's only hurting him. He's braking way too late. And I think there was a car on pit road, and that might have been Cindric who came into the pits. And is now in last place and has to hold on to the lead lap to the end of stage 1, it looks like. 10 to go, stage 1, and Schneider's just banging this race car to death. Cindric 15 points below the cutoff line, was in the top 5, in great position to at least get stage points. And the guy he's racing is Daniel Hemrick, and Hemrick is in 3rd right now, which is troublesome now that Cindric isn't even in the top 10. So what does this mean for Austin Cindric? Will this put him in a must-win situation, and can he come from the back and get to the front? That's a lot of cars to pass. Tough break for the 22 team. Schneider's just going to try to run his own race now. He's going to do his best to not worry about the 20 of Burton behind him. Schneider's fastest lap of the race that last time, but still up 0.3 of a second slower than the fastest lap he had in qualifying. We alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. He's closing in on Hemrick despite Harrison Burton keeping that pressure on him. Schneider's right there. Gives a little bump to the 8 of Hemrick. He wants to go. That actually stacked up the 99. It's going to give Burton a run in the draft now. Schneider trying to shake back and forth and block Burton. Gains again on Daniel Hemrick into the backstretch chicane. Huge bounce off the curb as he stays in between the 8 and the 20. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream. Man, look at how violent these bumps are. Oh, late into turn 1. Into the wall, and the Tums Hartburn turn as he overcooked the corner. Usually see that on restarts, not at the very start of the stage, and that was problematic there. Burton now going to put the pressure and see if he can get around Hemrick. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. Only 7 laps to go this time by in stage 1. 15 laps in stage 1 and 2. 25 laps in the final stage tonight. think Hemrick's slowly closing in on Clements too. Second through fifth is all just getting really close to bunching up underneath one another. Battle to possibly be on the front row for the next restart at the beginning of the next stage. Great set of corners there for Schneider. Schneider looking to make a pass on Burt. Swings a little wide, trying to set himself up for this next corner. Darts to the inside of Burton and makes the pass. Great move. Same spot he got around him earlier in the race too. He's back to fourth. Schneider outbreaks Daniel Hemrick again. Look at how close he got to the back bumper. Swings a little wide and another bounce off the curb. Look at how much time that cost him. Burton just blows around it. It's another time Schneider gets through the corner, maybe not that bad. Could have been a lot better, and that right there was a huge instance of it, where he hits the curbing again. On the front stretch chicane, the second time he's nearly spun out there as well. The car just jackknifes right off those huge turtles and just really throws this heavy race car pretty much anywhere around this racetrack. I threw him into Austin Cindric earlier too. And Cindric tried to make a pass on the outside. Also risky to go side by side through any corner on this track, let alone in the chicane, either front stretch or back stretch. Burton tries to go to the inside, setting himself up for the outside through these couple corners now, slowing each other down. Hemrick holds off for third, looking for these stage points. And this is a race that Schneider had won last season. Led every lap in the final stage. He needs that track position here because he is struggling in dirty air. Qualified second, he knows he's got speed to compete with Gregson with these mistakes. They cost him, but at least it's early. You'd have to assume as we get later into the race, he's not going to make those same mistakes. Good set of corners, has that run on Harrison Burton, looks to the inside into turn one. Gets around it. Burton gone back and forth a few times now. A lot of it's because neither one of these two can get around Daniel Hemrick. Schneider guns it to the inside. Same corner that Burton tried to get around him the last lap. But now it's going to set him up for the outside in the next corner. Schneider beats him back to the gas. Still going to be on the outside of the racetrack. Into oval 1 and 2, now trying to side draft Hemrick, has to fall in line behind him and cut off the 20 again. So close to making the pass there, but couldn't do it. In the backstretch chicane, trying to outbrake Daniel Hemrick. It does! What a move! Bounces heavily off the curbing once again, but stays in front of him that time. Very difficult maneuver to pass into that corner. Schneider blows around the 8 of Hemrick, and now Hemrick putting that pressure back on him again. On the other end of the racetrack, now onto the front stretch chicane. Schneider nails those corners as well and tries to pull away. Big slide, power slide into turn one as he tries to run down Clements for second. Gregson just getting into lap traffic, by the way, right now. Shows you how much further ahead he is. Look at that, a 22-second lead over Jeremy Clements for Noah Gregson. A little wide, he overran that corner. A tad bit. Ashton G, welcome to the stream. Outbreak Jeremy Clements. He did, because he closed the gap. He just couldn't quite get alongside of him. He got a couple more laps to get around him. Sends it into that front stretch chicane again. So close to getting alongside Clements, he just can't get it done. Normal camera now to the end of stage 1. Schneider sends it underneath Jeremy Clements, side by side. Schneider beats him back to the gas. And clear.
You got room. You're clear then.
After that little battle, Harrison Burton, who was able to get around Hemrick, by the way, a couple laps ago, is starting to close. And he's going to have a shot now to try and get around Clements for third as well. Goodness. How much damage he's throwing on the race car. Clements was side by side with Burton. That's the only reason he wasn't able to pass Schneider. He overruns yet another corner. Hemrick back to the inside of Burton for position. 2 laps to go, stage 1. I wonder if Cindric's still on the lead lap. I think he is. Gotta wonder if this car's got 5 or less seconds of damage that Schneider can repair it under the pit stops. It's gonna be interesting to see. We might not even see pit stops during this stage break. Everybody might just stay out. Which is another reason why this is a huge battle for second there, as we have seen, because they would get the restart on the front row with Noah Gragson. Gragson back in traffic, that could be the difference maker. I mean, Schneider's closed in about 2 seconds, maybe 1.5 seconds on Gragson since getting to second place. And he gets behind Gragson like it was his first, well, really only the first lap. He was within striking distance of Gragson, and then after that he got loose. The front stretch chicane off the curbing, and Gragson pulled 1/2 second ahead from him, and it was pretty much done from there. Then he blew the back stretch chicane on the final lap. Final lap, stage 1. Gragson, who was not in the playoffs, she's looking to keep this track position. Get another stage win on the season. He can still finish as high as 13th in the overall point standings. Gragson getting through that backstretch chicane, likely coasting it right now that he's got a pretty decent sized lead. Taking care of his tires through stage 1. 15 laps in, no caution. Noah Gragson is going to win stage 1 here today at the Charlotte Roval. Schneider's going to bring it home in second. And we'll have another restart coming up here where it looks like everybody should stay out of the pits to start stage 2, and we're not going to be seeing any pit stops here. This is a one-stop race. Now, Schneider will get a second chance to try and get around it. 5 seconds of damage, so cannot afford another second worth. Everybody is going to stay out here. Free pass goes to Matt Mills. Cindric finished 27th, so he's still on the lead lap, still fighting for that win here tonight. I will have to pause it and tally the points up very quickly here. So give me 1 quick second to do that, so we will have the points all ready to go. See, Hemrick. Again, you can blame the NASCAR heat game for crashing again and not saving my progress after the Bristol race last night for why I have to do the points myself once again. Making sure everything is accurate. So all the same finishes that we've been seeing over these full race live stream continue. I see you guys down in the chat. Give me one quick second to finish this up, and I'll start reading some questions or concerns. All right, got everything ready to go. So everybody's going to stay out of the pits here. I'm not going to pit to repair damage because that's just going to put me back in traffic, and we might end up getting that damage again. So we can get the clean air on the restart. I think that's going to help. It's all about nailing this restart. And give me a quick second, too. I'm going to turn this fan on. I've had it off because of the rattling we've been having the last couple days, but it's getting pretty warm in here. All right. And we'll see if you guys, how much more racing we're going to have. Great stage one, though. Vegas race was pretty good earlier today. Great day for the doubleheader.
Starter has the green flag in his hand.
There we go. Green flag back in the air. Gregson has led every lap so far tonight. Gets a good jump on the restart. Schneider trying to keep up with him. Into turn one, trying to outbrake Gregson. Trying to hang on. Can't do it. Side by side for second. Clements is trying to hang in there again. This is going to slow Schneider up, and now he clears him. That advantage on the inside into turns 3 and 4. Schneider trying to keep up with Noah Gragson. Gets a little bit of a wheel spin there. Trying to get back to the gas off turn 4. Really trying to keep up with Noah Gragson. Keep that pressure on him as much as he possibly can. Here comes this longer on-throttle stretch where Gregson's at his best. Schneider's definitely been inconsistent through the chicanes today. Pretty good through the backstretch chicane that time. But remember, he needs to have a very clean final stage if he wants to be able to repair that damage. Sorry, second stage if he wants to repair that damage for the final stage. Less green flag laps considering the caution laps during the stage break. Look at him fly through the front stretch chicane and try to close in on Gregson again. Through turn 1, I mean, these two are very close to one another on speed right now. Schneider's just got to stay close. He's got to keep that pressure on Gregson. Maybe force Noah into a mistake of some sort. Schneider is right there. It's all over Noah. Oh, and he gives Noah the bumper. Trying to get around him. Schneider to the lead. Back onto the oval. Hopefully that didn't damage the car too much, given that bump to the left rear of Gregson, and now Schneider's out in front. And now trying to block. Oh, I thought Gregson was going to use the bumper back there. For a second, another bounce off the curb, sending Schneider wide. Here comes Gregson to the outside. Side by side for the race lead. 3 seconds out ahead of Burton, who finally gets to third. They're side drafting each other aggressively, and they better be careful. It's going to be tough to go side by side into the front stretch chicane. And they made it. Big hop off the curb by Gregson. He was up on 2 wheels as Schneider holds him up to lead his first lap of the race. That's the first lap Gregson has not led all day. Now Schneider bounces off the curbing. Oh boy, that was a close block. Guys are going at it. It's allowing Burton to close in. He's only 2 seconds off the lead. Yep, same settings as far as like AI difficulty. The only difference is 50%. Oh! On the stability, Gregson gave the bumper to Schneider right back, and he clears it for a little bump and run of his own. Oh, now they both used the bumper on one another. Gregson used the bumper back at Vegas as well. Schneider looks low, gets back to him. Into turn 1. Schneider back out in front. Back and forth, late in stage 2. If you don't like this, you don't like NASCAR. Just gonna throw that out there. Seeing some great racing right now. Harrison Burton's in the mix. Same corner, Gregson used the bumper into the backstretch chicane a little bit earlier. Last lap, in fact. We'll see if he'll use it again. Oh, here comes Burton. Outside of Gregson, they're side by side for second into the backstretch chicane. Burton kind of ducks in line behind Gregson. He knew they couldn't make it through that corner side by side, so he just stayed in line behind him. He thought about it, though, that's for sure. Gregson beats him back to the gas. Now he's getting a good draft off Schneider. Trying to put the pressure on the 99. Back into the front stretch. Three-car battle for the Stage 2 victory. 8 more laps to do it. Keep an eye on those tires as well, trying to make sure they don't get to 30% or less. Don't worry, Michael, that battle's not over yet. Gregson is still keeping up. And you know, he's got one of the fastest, I mean, these are the 2 fastest cars in the field. Running 1-2 and probably 1-2-3 with Burton now catching up in third. He might have a race-winning car as well. Burton came in 22 points above the cutoff line. He should be good as long as he keeps running where he has. Top 10 will easily get him in.
Left side.
Really just gotta hope your car reacts well jumping over those turtles as well when you do it. The top 3 are pulling away from everybody else. Cindric could have a fast car too. If he gets the traffic back, big bounce off the curb. Almost costed Schneider the lead. Still got down in front of the 9 of Gregson. He about put it in the wall. That definitely would have given him more than 5 seconds of damage. Gregson almost got the wall on the inside in turn 2. He's running it into the corner so hard. Schneider kind of checked up a little more in turn 4. Trying to maybe hold up the 9 car and stack up him and the 20. That didn't work. Gregson charges hard again. He's trying to keep that pressure on Schneider. Schneider might have cooked it a little wide. Gregson to the outside, though. Going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage into the corner, and that opens up the bottom. into these next couple corners, and Burton is side by side for second place with Noah Gregson after Gregson gave up the inside. Tried to go high to get around Schneider, didn't work, and now they're aggressively sidetracking. Look at Burton kind of running the 9 car off the bottom of the track. Burton and Schneider had a great battle back in stage 1 earlier in the race. Four likes right now. Hit that like button, everybody. Meanwhile, by the way, Burton was able to get around before the backstretch chicane on Gregson. So he's up to second place, about a second and a half off the lead with 6 to go, stage 1. I will say, I had a headache earlier in the day today, and it kind of wore off before the first race. And it's starting to come back again. I didn't take anything for it, so that's probably... But it wore off, though, so I was like, oh, okay, good. And it's starting to come back again, so... Bear with me if I might be quiet for like a couple laps here and there. Try not to get overly loud and maybe cause a little bit more of an issue. Fighting through the headache and all. Trying to get to the stage 2 victory. Alex Abeys jumped inside the top 5 for the first time today, up to 5th as well. Only 5 laps to go. Stage 2 this time by.
5 to go, driver.
36% left on that right front, by the way. These guys are about a little over 2 laps to be good on fuel. So they're good there. Schneider's going to be sliding around this racetrack quite a bit these last couple laps to try and hold on to the stage 2 win. But for now, he's maintaining that second and a half lead on Harrison Burton. I mean, that's just how equal the top 3 are. Welcome back, Trevor. The problem, Gregson gets back alongside the 20. It's only going to slow each other up more, but I think Gregson might be a tad bit faster than Harrison Burton. Burton kind of pulled Gregson that time through oval 1 and 2. Oh no! Terrible bounce off the curbing. That was not Schneider's fault that time, and Burton's going to get around him. And so was Gregson. What was that? Blame the NASCAR Heat 5 game for that. Now Gregson peaks low into the front stretch chicane, but he can't get around Burton. Burton's going to lead his first lap of the race. Terrible luck for Schneider on the curbing in that backstretch chicane. It's cost him not only first, but it's costed him second place as well. Up on his side. Gregson looks down low, side by side for the lead, between the 20 and the 9. Gregson couldn't get around again. He went to the high side for the lead, lost the bottom, and Schneider is going to get around him for second. Exactly how Burton got around Gregson for second place when Schneider was out in front. And the gain on Burton now into the backstretch chicane, and does. Mightily, I should say. A little bit of a wheel spin trying to get back to the gas, though, because that right front... Oh, it's not down to 30% yet. So it's just another bad luck hop off the curb. I don't know how much harder he could push it into the chicanes as these tires get more and more worn out, but he's got 3 laps to go to get the stage victory. Bay, by the way, since passing Clements for 4th place, is slowly closing in on these top 3. Schneider darts down low. Gets to the inside of Harrison Burton. Problem is he's going to be on the outside in the next 2 corners. That's how Gregson got around, or how Schneider got around Gregson for 2nd. Oh, is he going to pass Burton on the top? He does! What a move! On the outside to the lead. On older tires. Well, everybody's on old tires, but still, to do it that late in the tire stint, that was impressive. And now Gregson to the outside of Harrison Burton as they're side by side now. Through the chicane, holding Burton up, but he will hold him off for 2nd place. Surprised Gregson tried to go side by side through there, but they made it work. 2 laps to go now in stage 2 this time by. Playoff point on the line, at least for Burton and Schneider. Track position on the line as well for the final stage. Darius Farine, welcome to the stream. See if Burton or Gregson can get back to Schneider. Schneider sliding around on these older tires. 27% on the right front, even the left front's to 30%, so it's getting twice as bad now. Not sure he can brake as late into the corners. Especially in the chicanes, those harder braking zones. Turn 1 as well. All the hard braking zones around this racetrack. Just going to have to ease that pressure up a little bit. Not risk crashing. Pretty good set of corners there, nice and clean. Final lap of stage 2 this time by. Schneider out in front. Final lap now. See if Burton can make that last lap pass. A bit of a wheel lock. Getting into turn 1. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Oh, no. I saved it. Give me 1 second. We're gonna act like nothing happened. Well, Burton in the lead, Gregson 2nd. It looks like it might be a last lap pass, to win stage 2 anyway for Harrison Burton as Schneider overcooks it wide. Halfway through the final lap, Gregson's still within striking distance now into the backstretch chicane. Schneider's 2.5 seconds off the lead. Trying to push hard. Into these final corners, he gains a lot right there, but it's too little, too late at this point. Burton gaps Gregson as well. And Harrison Burton is going to win stage number 2 at the Charlotte Roval. That was embarrassing. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Pit stops for the final time today, and that keeps 5 seconds on the damage on the car, so we can repair that damage. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Still no cautions for incident today. We'll win the race off of pit road. It'll be Noah Gregson. Schneider loses 4 spots, repairing that damage. He'll have to restart in 7th. Green flag back in the air here at the Roval. Deep into turn 1. 3 wide to get around Balicki and Allgaier. They're still 3x3 back in turn 1, further back. Again, no cautions for incident today. So this, I mean, by the trends, could be the final restart of the race. Schneider trying to get around Jeremy Clements as well. Gets around him for 3rd. Barely cleared him off turn 4. Trying to keep up with the top 2. Take him too long to get up here. We know how fast Gregson is, and winning that race off pit road despite Harrison Burton winning the stage was big. First laps Gregson's led since the beginning of stage 2. Pushes hard into the front stretch chicane. Almost got into Harrison Burton there. He's all over Burton for 2nd, that's for sure. Oh, he pushed it way too hard in turn 2. Guys are going to have a ways until lap traffic is going to be caught, but they will be caught in this final stage with it being longer than the first 2. Schneider, oh, he gets into the side of Harrison Burton, a little bump and run to get to 2nd in the backstretch chicane. Once they were side by side through the set of corners, there was no way they weren't going to make contact.
More laps, no defense.
20 to go here at the Roval. Lost the track position not only at the end of stage 2, but losing 4 spots on pit road was costly as well. Gregson gained a spot on pit road. Went in 2nd, came out 1st. Schneider went in 3rd, came out 7th. Oh, he's about to blow through the... I don't even know what just happened there. Is it going to flip us back over?
Right side clear.
What is with the physics in this game?
Careful, still there.
Did we go through there too hot? Should we have gotten a penalty? Yes. But it should not have flipped us on our lid. Now we have damage on the race car again. 19 seconds off the lead now. Because we were not that far behind Gregson before we rolled over. I'm not even going to call that like a flip because it shouldn't have happened. It wasn't like it was a wreck. It was a simple bounce off the curb. We got up onto our side to cost us the lead earlier in the race, but that was ridiculous. Schneider now back to 12th. As far back as he's been in the field by far all day long. Well, we didn't flip that time. Stopped us on our tracks though. Gregson's got a huge advantage now. He's pulling away from Harrison Burton. Schneider no longer has the pressure on him. He was in second. Second penalty he's had for cutting the backstretch chicane today. First since lap 2 at the very beginning of the race when he was trying to gain some track position. Now he's trying to gain track position again. And he needs to put himself in position to at least be within those first couple rows on the restart. Because he was 7th last time and he got the 3rd initially, but then, well, through the first turn he got the 4th, then a couple turns later the 3rd, but then it took him about a lap and a half to get on Burton, and Gregson was kind of out to a 2-second lead by the time he got to 2nd place. Couldn't really close in on him. And now, another bounce off the curb that just shot the 99 sideways. He just can't get any luck off the curb. I mean, really all day long he's had terrible luck. It's only gotten worse here in this final stage. Another big slide. Pass on Timmy Hill for 11th. One spot at a time, that's all you can hope for. Problem is Schneider's not going to be anywhere close to his... I mean, Gregson's got clean air in front of him. He's not battling anybody. Schneider's having to battle through traffic now. So he is not going to be able to keep up with the 9 car. Side-by-side for position between Anthony Alfredo and Josh Williams. With the way things stand right now, the playoff cutoff line is not going to move any. Jones hasn't been in the top 10 all day. Hemrick has. It was only a 3-point difference there. And then Cindric was 15 points back. He didn't get any stage points today. To the contact he had in the backstretch chicane way back in stage 1. Halfway through the stage. With a little bump and run on Alfredo. Gets around him for 10th. Shoots the gap underneath Josh Williams, trying to get the 9th. He's side by side with Williams. Go up and side draft him. Oh, could not hang on into the inside. Gonna try to outbrake him into the backstretch chicane. A risky maneuver, but he pulls it off. He's up to 9th. Trying to get himself in position late. You never know. It's gonna be a tough comeback, but it'll be a major one. And I guess Schneider hasn't had that defining win where he's fought through adversity this season. Can this be the one? I guess Road America would probably be the closest because we're on older tires at the end of that race, but we played the strategy game to try and get, sorry, to keep track position, I should say. This one definitely trying to fight from behind with a car capable of winning, speed-wise. Has to find a way through traffic to get back in position. Gets around Brandon Brown about as quickly as he could for 8th. Look at all these cars under a blanket, by the way, from Jeremy Clements on back. 3rd place on back right there. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. All in a line, just about 2.5 to 3 seconds ahead of Schneider. Still caution free.
That was a better lap.
Fastest lap of the race that last time, even though he slid wide off the front stretch chicane. By far as hard as he has pushed all day long. In that last lap and the current lap he's on right now. Can't save anything at this point in the race. You gotta go 3 wide. 4th position, LeBay. Kind of sandwiched in the middle. As Daniel Hemrick makes the 3 wide pass to get around both LeBay and Clements. Now Schneider goes 3 wide underneath LeBay and Allgaier. Boy, LeBay's dropping like a rock all of a sudden. Now he's got Palicki underneath him. First time we've seen 3 wide middle of a run. Here at the Roval today, Schneider blows past Allgaier in the middle of the backstretch chicane to get back inside the top 5. He got 3 wide. He closed in so quickly. And he passed 3 cars that last lap for position. 13 to go. Barrels it into turn 1. No, little bump and run to get around Clements. That was for 4th. Not too far behind Henrik for 3rd. Once he can get around Hemrick and pull away from him just a little bit, he's going to have a lot of clean air to finally roam in front of him. And again, you never know if we're going to get that caution. We haven't so far, but it can definitely strike. And he's putting himself in a lot better position now. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. They're trying to outbreak Daniel Hemrick. Oh, he gets alongside. How did they not get into one another right there? That was close. Same spot that Schneider passed Allgaier 2 laps ago. He was trying to get around Hemrick right there. Front stretch chicane. Both cars sliding on through that set of corners. Schneider into turn 1. Inside of Hemrick, runs him wide, and he's up to 3rd on the comeback. Now he cooks it a little wider than what he wanted to in turn 3, but he's got the speed. And the top 3 cars, as far as speed goes in the field, are 1, 2, 3 once again. See Gregson so far ahead, though, 26 seconds. He hasn't caught lap traffic yet, but even still. We missed a lot of great action tonight, Ace, but fortunately this final stage, we missed the backstretch chicane a couple laps into the stage while running in 2nd place, about 2 seconds behind Gregson, but it flipped us on our lid which costed us way more time than the penalty would. The penalty would have cost us about 5 seconds, but it flipped us and then kind of turned us backwards, so we had to turn back around in traffic, and by the time we got corrected, after the 5 seconds of sitting there, and then we were on our roof, had to wait for it to flip us over. We fell back to 12th, but we are up to third. About 26 seconds off the race lead, 11 laps to go now. And at least within striking distance if we get a caution. We have not had a caution for incident so far tonight, but we've had great racing the entire way, outside of that little game glitch, I guess you would call it. Flipping in the backstretch chicane, just by hitting the curbs. Billy Kramer will come on into the stream as well. Gregson got about a 6.5, actually about a 8.5 second lead over Harrison Burton. Guys who could point their way in that I could think of would be Brandon Jones over Michael Annett in this final stage. Jones would have to beat Annett by 16 positions. I'm not sure either one of those two are at the both outside the top 10. And now that would be the only way we'd be able to see a change in the running order the way things are right now, because there's nobody below the cutoff line that's even inside the top 5 with a chance to win. Hemmer came in +3. He scored enough points to actually gap himself over not only Brandon Jones, but Austin Cindric as well. Putting those guys in, again, either must win situations where they'd have to be in the net by a lot of points, a lot of positions. $16 to tie, and then $16 to tie between Annett and, or sorry, yeah, 13 to tie between Annett and Jones. 14 to take over the lead. The tiebreaker would be the best finish in this round. I believe would go to Michael Annett. I'm not entirely sure. Because it's going to depend on where Jones finishes in this one. We haven't even seen him in the top 10. So to beat Annett by 13 positions would be pretty tough. There's another huge hop off the curbing that time, too. 9 laps to go this time by. Gregson looking for that first win of the season. Yeah, he's been dominant today. Going back to how he was in stage 1. He had that track position early. Next 6 laps will alternate through the different camera angles. I'm Horny, welcome to the stream. Burton closed in about a second perhaps on Gregson as well. Gregson likely dealing with lap traffic for the first time in the final stage now. So we'll see what that lap traffic's going to do for both Burton and Gregson going forward. They're still very much in a battle within each other for the lead. Schneider on back, and third on back, they're going to need a caution. Without a doubt. Everybody's good on fuel and tires at the end. Eight laps to go. Uranus, welcome to the stream. Alexis Ruiz, welcome to the stream as well. 7 to go for Gregson. Back out to an 8-second lead again on Harrison Burton, it looks like. That interval where Gregson is at is shrinking quite a bit right now. And I'm not sure if it's the lap traffic or if he's got a problem here with just 7 laps to go. But it was a 26.5-second lead less than a half a lap ago. And now it's down to 22 seconds. And still dropping. Dropping fast at that. Harrison Burton's interval's dropping too, though. Not as considerable of amount as Gregson's was, but still dropping. Schneider's still 5 seconds ahead of Hemrick, by the way, so no battle still for third as Schneider pulls him. 19 seconds. There is some heavy lap traffic right around the leaders, but 6 more laps I just don't think is going to be enough for Schneider to be able to close in and steal the victory, and I'd be shocked after being 26.5 seconds off the lead if that would be possible. Considering having that penalty and no caution. Again, we haven't even had a caution for incident yet today. This could be the first caution-free race of the entire career mode in the Xfinity Series in nearly 2 full seasons. That lap traffic's on side-by-side consistently in front of him. Schneider trying to get around his side-by-side traffic as quickly as he possibly can as he gets around Jeff Green right there. He's going to have to try to get a run now on Mike Harmon. Has to outbrake Harmon there and get around him into the backstretch chicane. He does. Five laps to go for Noah Gragson. Considering Schneider has gained 9.5 seconds in about 3 laps. With that pace, if he keeps it up, I mean, he could catch him. And Burton's only 9.5 seconds ahead of him now. And a little bit wider than what he wanted to go there through turn 4. Bobby Boy, welcome into the stream. Gregson's gotten away from that heavy lap traffic he was in. Four to go for Noah Gragson. And again, those 4 laps away from a caution-free race. It's still an eventful one, to say the least, at the Roval tonight. Could have a battle for second, though, which could be big. Again, if we get that caution, these guys will get the restart on the front row. Schneider's within 7 seconds now of Harrison Burton. I mean, even to get to second place, he was 16 seconds behind Burton at one point during this run. Schneider trying to move Austin Hill out of the way fast. He does. still that little bit of contact holds him up, that's for sure. He's got a few more lap cars right in front of him, but then he doesn't have another one for quite some time. Oh my! What is this? Flip it back over! Oh my god! What is that? That's the second time! It's the second time that's happened. Well, so much for a battle for second. Schneider was within 6.5. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus. 3 to go at the Roval. Curbs are wreaking havoc here tonight. Now all of a sudden there's a battle for third. Schneider was a good 6-7 seconds ahead of him. Sion, welcome to the stream. Right back to 26.5 seconds off the lead again.
All right, you're clear.
Well, now he's just got to hang on to third. And again, hope for a caution. I mean, they haven't even thrown the caution for those instances today. That's now happened twice. Well, it shouldn't have been a DNF. All we did was hit the curb. That's the second time it just barrel rolled us. Not like it just flipped us over one. It flipped us multiple times. Like, at what? I'll see how fast we're going through there next lap. 2 laps to go.
Keep it going.
Caution comes out on the final lap. The race is over. Gregson's about to work his way onto Oval 1 and 2. Harrison Burton within 5 seconds of the lead now. That gap shrinking again. If only Schneider didn't have that happen to him. About 17 seconds off the lead when he did, and then he lost 9 seconds again. Now he's got Austin Hill right in front of him again. Tries to move him out of the way and does. Gregson now into oval turns 3 and 4. And about a 4.5 second lead over Harrison Burton as he's going to get to the white flag. One lap to go for Noah Gragson. Again, that's the second time it's happened, and both times we're in the final stage. And you guys can see how much time that cost us both times. It costed us about 17 seconds the first time. And then the second time it costed us about 9 seconds on Gragson. You do the math. That's about 26 seconds it's costed us on Gregson this entire final stage, and we haven't gotten a caution the entire race, for instance, let alone the final stage. We'd be about 6 seconds ahead of him. But instead, we're 20 seconds behind him. Burton is really closing that cap on Noah Gragson in the lap traffic. He's only 2 seconds behind him going into the backstretch chicane. Does he still have a chance to get his second win of the year? Will Gragson get his first win of the season? Haney will come on into the stream as well. Still about a 2-second advantage into the front stretch chicane for Noah Gragson. And he's going to get there. Checkered flag in the air. Noah Gragson will win at the Charlotte Roval, leading every lap of the final and first stage of the race. Schneider has to bring it home in a devastating, third place finish. About 18 seconds off of the win.
All right, top 5.
No, not my fault either. Not my fault. We should have won. And it was this game's fault, man. It was the game's fault. Flipped us twice. In the final 20 laps of the race, it flipped us twice in that backstretch chicane. And we still only lost by 18 seconds. Even if we only flipped that first time, we lost 9 seconds there at the end. I guess we would have finished about 9 seconds behind him still, roughly. But we probably could have... Well, I don't think we would have gotten a second. I don't know. I mean, it was a different race at that time, too, because we were only 6.5 seconds behind Burton for second. And he gained it within 2 seconds. Schneider robbed of his 20th career win here tonight. He's only got a couple more tries to do it. 4 races to go this season. Well, we'll look at the finishing results. Daniel Hemrick going to point his way into the playoffs. So is Harrison Burton with ease. Justin Allgaier going to point his way in also. He was above the cutoff line. Anthony Alfredo came in 42 points above the cutoff line, 9th for him. Brandon Brown finishes 11th. He needed to outscore Michael Annett by quite a few spots. He wouldn't have been able to point his way in from 11th. Austin Cindric finishes 12th. And there's Michael Annett, 13th anyway. Chase Briscoe, 14th. He'll get into the playoffs as well. Ryan Sieg won at Vegas, so he was in. Brandon Jones finishes 22nd. He came in 3 points below the cutoff line. Not a good day for him. 23 cars finished on the lead lap today. Only 2 DNFs. Ross Chastain, Landon Castle. Man, Chastain, 24th at Bristol and DNFs at Vegas in the Roval to eliminate himself from the playoffs. Man, just what a tough break. After winning 2 of the first 3 races at the start of the season, we thought he was going to have a good shot. Favorite road course on NASCAR Heat 5 is either... I'd say Watkins Glen, but we've had great races at Mid-Ohio, too. Road America's been a fun one on the game. But I'd probably go back to old reliable Watkins Glen. The Roval's fun, too, if it doesn't flip your car hitting the turtles on the backstretch. Like it did twice. The first time it did, it gave us a penalty, too. That's why we lost more time the first time than the second time. We flipped going through it, and it gave us a penalty. And what? There's a look at the top 10, though. Gregson again with the win. Won a stage as well. Harrison Burton picked up another playoff point. He'll carry into the round of 8. Schneider 3rd. Hemrick 4th. LeBay 5th, Jeremy Clement 6th, Josh Bilicki 7th, Justin Allgaier 8th, Anthony Alfredo 9th, Josh Williams runs out the top 10. There's the race earnings. At least we still got a decent payout, but still should have won. Should have won, but this game, I'm telling you, this game, mathematically we should have won by about 8.5 seconds if we didn't have those penalties, considering how much we lost by at the end of the race and how much time, or not the penalties, but the 2 rollovers in the backstretch chicane costed us. I think the 4 drivers below the cutoff line here are actually accurate. Not by that kind of points, but Austin Cindric, Brandon Brown, Brandon Jones, and Ross Chastain all missed. So it looks like even after having to simulate Bristol, everything's accurate. So I'll just keep it in rest mode. Yeah, I'll just keep it in rest mode, and we'll have the points accurately. I won't have to do the points in the round of 8. Yay for me. Gregson led 43 in the 55 laps today. Again, caution-free. No cautions for incident. First time that's happened in the career mode in the Xfinity Series so far as well. I know it's NASCAR Heat's fault. It's still. Not once, but twice. Obviously, we probably wouldn't have won either way. Well, I mean, I should say we would have won if we didn't have that happen to us twice. If it would have happened to us only once, like if we didn't have it happen to us there in the final 4 laps, Gregson got caught up in heavy lap traffic and Burton almost passed him. We were 6.5 seconds behind Burton. We were closing in on him with 4 to go. And then he only finished 2 seconds behind Gregson. Like, if we would have kept close, we might have had a shot there to get him. Even with it happening the first time, we still could have came back and won, which would have been unbelievable, but it happened a second time there late. And that second time was ridiculously. The second time I hit my corners perfect. Like, I ran in a little hot the first time. It shouldn't have flipped us, but that time I just hit my marks perfectly. Like, there was no, like, I didn't make any mistakes at all. Not even the slightest. Just hit my marks, hit it with the right side tires like you're supposed to. Boom! And it just rolls it over twice. Then I got stuck on my lid for a good, I don't even know how many seconds. It felt like an eternity, but of course we damaged our race car. At least we don't have another road course to have to build this chassis back up. Another top 5 by King Schneider. Nice. Terrible. Terrible. Andrew Hollenbach, welcome on in to the chat. 3rd place, yeah, but we should have won if it wasn't for this game, man. This game and its glitches. Flipping us in the backstretch chicane when we were 6.5 seconds off second, and Burton got to within 2 seconds of the lead. We were closing there in the final 4 laps, too, with them being in heavy lap traffic. And frustrating. And then, again, we got flipped with about 20 to go as well. We were back as far as 12th after the first time it flipped us, too. We got all the way up to 3rd without any cautions. Going to Kansas tomorrow night on the channel. We'll hope for better luck in 3 races since the last victory. Not bad, though. Again, the 3 races we have ran that round, 1st, 7th, and 3rd. So still solid, consistent finishes. That kind of consistency can get us into the Championship 4. Obviously, a win in the next round gets us to the Championship 4. We'll try to lock ourselves in tomorrow night at Kansas. We'll have a 95, 95, and 95 for the engine, the aero, and the suspension. So that'll be great. And then our Texas car is all ready to go as well. That'll be at a 95 all the way around also. Yeah, for sure. For sure there, Michael. People actually listen to me choosing the legend. I just chose them. I chose them on accident. Because at the very beginning of the season, when it asks you what series you want to run, and I didn't win the championship last year, so I was going to run for points in both. I know you can't actually do that, but in this game it lets you. But I didn't have enough money to start up the Cup team. I didn't want to run for anybody else. So, and it wouldn't let me back out. Like, I could not back out. And if I did back out, it would log me out of the career mode. And when you log back in, it logged you right back into what team do you want to race for. And I couldn't race for my own team. So, I ended up having to just pick a random team. I didn't have many options. And chose Front Row Motorsports. And I think they stuck me in the 36 car. And the rest is history. We've been simulating ever since. But, the stress that this game causes me... not like the stress... Like, video game, whatever. It's a video game. But the fact that, like, we have the game crashes, we have to do the points ourselves, I was like, you know what? I think this is repaying me the favor, giving me that extra money for the Cup Series that we need. Because... like tonight, we should have won. And that would have given us about an extra $60,000 too. Now that's big. Especially, assuming we win the championship this year, we can go cup racing, but nope. Thanks for everybody watching here tonight, regardless of the fact. Hopefully you had fun through both races. Back to the single race nights again tomorrow. Kansas Speedway for the Kansas Lottery 300. We'll see if we can win our way at Kansas and advance to the championship 4. It should be a fun one. We'll start the race in the live stream whenever I can get off of work and get home. So thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight. Thank you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Like, share, and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. Have a good rest of your night.